Hello students, we are back for the study of topics in industrial microbiology. So as you all know that we are looking into the various types of bioreactors, its basic functions and all in the previous classes. Once the product is produced by the microbes in the fermentation medium, so we call it as extracellular product like amylase or alcohol, citric acid, we need to recover them, right? So we need to separate the biomass, the cells. Irrespective of that, let's say you want to get the product from the cell, like a restriction enzyme, which is our vitamins, which is present inside the cell. We need to separate this biomass, right? So separation of biomass becomes very important in the industry. So product recovery or the downstreaming process itself is something with a very high investment for the industry. Production is one part, maintaining that and later on further downstreaming process has its own importance, because they need to invest high for the fine product to be recovered, right? So if you take gallons of media, in that they have to recover micrograms to kgs. Okay, it depends on what the product is, right? So yeah, with this aspect, let us understand what are the various downstreaming steps that the industry will involve for various different products. It can be alcohol, it can be vitamins, it can be antibiotics, it can be enzymes. It's having its own mechanism. Okay? But initially we need to separate the cells from the broth. That's what today's topic is about. Okay, we need to understand about the filtration, the centrifugation process, then the cell disruption process and all. These all come under the initial steps of downstreaming process. Today we will look into those aspects. Okay. So as you all know that product is something very sensitive. So one has to study the physical, chemical properties of the product and all. Then only we can decide how to recover the product. Okay, it depends on how the product is used. See the fourth point, intended use of the product. Okay, let's say the alcohol is need to be 100% or it need to be 70%. It depends upon how you want it. Let's say a purified alcohol is required for certain products like medicinal consortiums, and certain times we need to use lesser percentage of alcohol like as a disinfectant. Depends on the product. Okay, minimum acceptance of standard of purity, magnitude of biohazard of the product, impurities in the broth, all these play a role, and it should be of a marketable price. With this background, let us understand how to separate the cells. The first step is we need to go for separation of cells by filtration and centrifugation. Okay, how do you remove the cells, microbial cells from the broth? We'll go with those different instruments. Please remember that filtration means you're going to filter the cells onto some material. It can be a cloth, it can be a filter, it can be metal rings also. You'll understand them, right? So we need to, first of all, certain times we also go for flocculation so that our work becomes much easier. Okay, so we can flocculate the sediments and then use a lesser time taken for filtration the time. Okay, one of the important things industry will look into is the foam separation. So here you are seeing that the foam will have the cells and the product also together. That is called as collagen. That is known as collagen. Okay, and here you are seeing that by adding some certain surfactants like amines and quaternium compounds, we can break this collagens and the recovery will increase. These are called as collectors. These products are called collectors. So initially they'll have to recover the broth and then add foam breakers and go with this process. So surfactants help in breaking the foam. It's a very important part of the industry. Then precipitation. Products might be proteins, like most of them are proteins. By adding certain salts and organic solvents, we can bring about precipitation like ammonium sulfate, sodium sulfate. Okay, by changing the pH, we can do it. Polyethylene glycol can be used. Triazine dyes can be used like that. So coming to that various types when you talk about this. So one is direct method. It's very uncommon by using the salts like sodium nitrate, dry sodium salt and all, or acetone. Solvents can be used like methanol, ethanol, propanol, acetone, polyethylene glycol. Okay, and ammonium salts can be used. When you use ammonium salts, what happens is they absorb the water and bring out the hydrophobic portion of the protein, and thus you get the precipitation. Another methodology common is dialysis methodology, where the movement of water from higher concentration to lower concentration occurs, and the product is getting dried by this mechanism, precipitated by this mechanism. Adsorption process is something where very important in the industry, since there can be certain impurities like pigments, colors and all, okay, that we don't need it. So when you pass it through active carbon, they can be removed. What is reverse osmosis? We'll be learning this even in penicillin recovery. It's a process where you have the broth in this and the semi-permeable membrane in the center. By giving alternative pressures on either sides, what happens is the product is entangled onto the semi-permeable membrane, and by using certain different pH variants, we can recover them from the membrane. Okay, that's another thing called as reverse osmosis. Coming to filtration techniques, one of the filtration techniques is the pressure leaf filters. It's an equipment where I've just shown only the main equipment. It will be fixed inside one chamber. Okay, so let's imagine the broth is coming through this, so it has to pass through these filters. Why it's called pressure is you're giving a pressure. Leaf filters, just like ornamentations on the leaf, like that. It's a metal frame. On this there are ornamentations like which will entangle the microbial cells. So many grooves will be present on the metal plate, that or it will be made up of cellulose cloth, cellulose material. Okay, and you can find that they will be entangled on this, and we can allow the broth to pass through this, and only the cells will get entangled onto this. Okay, rate of filtration is equal to driving force by the resistance of the material. The second type of the filter is the horizontal metal leaves. Okay, here you are seeing that there's a chamber. That also will be like a previous one, also will be a chamber only, but here I have shown the chamber where the broth enters. There's pores in the top, they pass through the pores, and then here you can see the cloth material that is like that act as a filter. And what happens is they will be passing through the cylinder, and you can find that there's a recovery of the filtrate here. Okay, so cells are entangled in these cloth materials. Okay, cakes, you can say filter cakes. Okay, fluid fills between the filter cakes. Pressure is given on the head to rotate, and this is the head. Okay, the pressure is given on this head to rotate, and filtration occurs. The particles are trapped on the filter cake. By spinning and drying, it can be done. Okay, the third one is called as the stacked disc filter. What is stacked disc filter? So here you are seeing that there is a equipment where you're going to allow the broth to pass, and there are metal rings here. Okay, the metal rings are made of stainless steel, so they will be connecting, and then the filtrate is passed here. Okay, so metal rings can act as a filter. The same equipment I've tried to show like this here. So what you can see here, there's a fixture of the same here. You can see the color, the fixture is the same here. Okay, this is the equipment, and here is the pipes. Okay, so there's a pressure vessel also here. As the media enters here, pressure vessel will make a pressure and create a pressure, and it passes through this, and thus through metal rings they are passing, and the filtrate is released out. Here there's no filter cloth, there's no much of accumulation of you don't need to worry about the cloth getting deteriorated and all. Okay, like the other ones. It's a metal ring, easily washable, and the disinfectants can be done easily. Disinfections. Filter bed is easily replaced. Okay, low labor cost. Usually one of the best ones is for filtration of yeast cells after the beer manufacturing. Rotary vacuum filter is another one where you have a continuous filtration. There's a hollow vacuum drum will be there, and there's a cloth attached to the wall of the drum, okay, externally, and you can find that the cells will get entangled onto this cloth. Okay, if you see here, you can explain that to you in this process. So this is the rotating drum. This is a fermentation medium. You can see the cloth on the drum. Okay, there are ridges, which is hollow ridges here. Okay, so broth will pass through the hollow ridges, enter here, and then as they enter, they'll be entangled in the external cloth. Okay, and the broth will be, so here they will get, as they enter, they get entangled, okay, onto this cloth, and then the broth comes here, and then it's going as an outlet. Okay, so cells, this rotating drum will keep on picking the cells.